Hey everybody, welcome back. Today we're reading chapter 3 of Scouts, and just a warning, it is one of the shorter chapters, so this video is probably going to be one of the shorter videos, but still, chapter 3, here we go. In less than a half hour, everyone is back. Bean unfolds a map and lays it out on the grass. "Where'd you get that?" Finn asks. Bean peels his lips off his braces. "I snuck back in my house and grabbed it." He flicks on his flashlight, and we all move in to get a closer look. Clicking a mechanical pencil, he makes an X. "This is where we are." He makes another X. "This is where I believe the unknown object went down." My gaze moves between both X's. Seems like a long way. "How do you know?" I ask. Distance equals velocity times time. But I've also factored in the positioning of the moon and the height of the silo, the speed I estimate the object was traveling in my trajectory of, yeah. We all wave our hands in the air. Beans tends to rattle on. "I believe the meteor is 15 miles from here." Beans trails his flashlight over the map. "Bikes stay here. We're on foot. I highly doubt we'll be on Bassinger's property the whole way. Though if I had time to pull property maps, I'd know for sure." He takes out a compass. "That's a north by northwest route." "Okay, and what about the Mason Mountain clan?" Finn gives us all a worried glance. "Anybody thought about them?" Bean scoffs. "Don't tell me you actually believe those rumors." Finn looks at me. I look at Rocky, and we all nervously shrug. "Sort of," I say. "Mountain clan?" Scarlett asks. "It's nothing," Bean says. "I mean, seriously, have any of you actually seen one of these Masons?" We all look at one another. "Well, no, but still." Beans nods his head towards the dark mountains emerging from the moonlit horizon. "They're supposed to live up in there somewhere," he tells Scarlett. "Moonshiners. Mean. They kill and eat kids." Scarlett doesn't say anything for a second, and I think she might suggest we turn back, which wouldn't be a bad idea, the her turning back thing. At least then I'd be rid of her. But then she bursts out laughing instead. "What, like in Hansel and Gretel? You guys have got to be kidding me." I scowl. I don't like her making fun of us. But put like that, it does sound kind of ridiculous. "See," Bean says, "I told you. All the parents tell the kids that story so we don't wander off. I can't believe you guys seriously believe it." "I didn't say I believed it," Rocky defends himself, and I shoot him an incredulous look. He does too believe it. Beans turns his flashlight off. "Okay, enough about them. All lights off. We don't want anyone to see us heading out. The moon is bright enough. We can navigate by it and save our batteries." He climbs through the barbed wire fence and we follow. Beans can calculate whatever formula he wants. As long as we head in the direction where we saw the things go down, that's all that matters to me. We pass the silo and start down the hill towards a thick clump of trees. Way off to the right sits one of the Bassinger's sons' homes. In the night, it twinkles with interior and exterior lights. In my peripheral vision, I see Scarlett slip her backpack off and rub at her shoulders. "We've been walking only a few minutes." "Really? Now?" As if on cue, Rocky snatches the backpack from her fingers and starts carrying it. She just grins, and I swear I see him flex his bicep. She starts to speak, and we simultaneously shush her. Not until we get to the trees do we talk. A few minutes later, we step into the woods, and Scarlett whispers, "Can I talk now?" "No." "Yes," Rocky says. "So what'd you pack?" Scarlett asked me. I shrug. "The usual. Matches, Pringles. Oh, that's right, I forgot to show y'all my pocket knife." I slip it out of the back pocket of my cut-offs and pass it to Beans first. Then it goes to Finn, then Rocky. All of them clicking it open and checking it out and oohing and ahhing. It goes to Scarlett last, and she doesn't even look at it. She passes it right back to me. "I packed underwear," she tells everyone, "because Mom always says a girl should have extra underwear. I also packed toilet paper so I don't have to wipe with a leaf, and I packed a change of clothes in case I get dirty." I cut her a sideways look. "Toilet paper?" Underwear. Beans nods. My mom says the same thing. So what'd you pack? She asks Finn. My allergy pills, Finn answers. Ointment if I get itchy. BC powder for my migraines. Drops for my eyes. Neosporins for cuts. Oh, and Band-Aids. He didn't mention the cookies we made a few days ago. He better have brought those. Band-Aids, Scarlett nods. That's a good idea. She goes on to Rocky next, and I wonder if she's just talking to hear her voice. There's this girl at school who does that, talks constantly. Drives me nuts. I was complaining about it to Mom one day, and she said some people talk a lot because they like the attention. I think Scarlett might be one of those people. Actually, Finn's kind of like that too. Maybe it runs in the family. I went on a camping trip with Brian Wright once, she tells us. The singer? I ask. The guy is super famous. He even has his own TV show. Yeah, he was so awesome. My dad is his manager. Brian wanted to take me on a date, but my dad was like, no way. Does your dad go on tour with him? Beans asked. Totally, she says. Next year, he's taking me on the road too. I glance over at Finn to see if she's telling the truth, and he nods. Wow, a dad who manages Brian Wright? That's got to be about the coolest thing I've ever heard. But there's no way I'll admit that out loud. So what does your dad do? Scarlett asked Rocky. He works at a paper mill. He's a Oh, she cuts in. And by the way, I think your dad and Aunt Colleen make the cutest couple ever. I totally saw them kissing earlier. I look over at Rocky to see the muscle in his jaw tighten up. Scarlett prattles on. I hope they get married. I already asked Aunt Colleen if I could be a bridesmaid, and she told me she'd think about it. They've only been dating a couple weeks. Aren't people supposed to date longer than that before they start talking marriage? I look at Finn to see how he's taking the whole thing, and he's just walking along. I wonder if he even realizes Rocky's not happy about this. I think about the high five Finn and Rocky's dad shared and about the smile on Finn's face when he told us the news. Finn's an only child, and he sees his dad like once or twice a year. So, yeah, I guess I get it. He probably would be happy about this. Maybe Rocky just doesn't want to share his dad. Scarlett changes the subject to shopping, then changes the subject again to something about a squirrel bite and rabies shots, and on it continues until I'm nearly ready to yank the bandana off my head and shove it in her mouth. Eventually, I just tune her out. Midnight finally rolls around, and before I see it, I hear it. The river. And from the rumble and roar, I know we're at the Class 5 section. Great. Just great. That's the end of chapter 3. Like I said, it's a little bit short. So actually, I wasn't sure if it was class 5 or class V, because like either it's V, like the letter V, or like Roman numeral 5. Not sure what either of those would mean. But obviously, something not good. So we'll have to figure out what happens next in tomorrow's video. I will see you there. Bye.